This piece I'm going to play for you, I fell in love with Gustav Mahler's music years ago, and the more I've studied it and the more I've played it, it's just become one of my favorite things to do on planet Earth. And my gosh, was he a drama queen. Can I tell you this story a little bit? Okay, so the story behind this piece, he's 23 years old. He falls in love with the singer, and it doesn't work out. She leaves him, and he finds out she's going to marry another man. And he is devastated. He is so devastated, and he writes a poem in response to it. And that's, if you look on the back of your frickin' program thing, it's got the words to the poem. And get a load of this guy, how dramatic he is. The first stanza, the first movement, he's saying, when my darling gets married, I'm going to sit in a dark room and cry, because life sucks, and all singing should be ever done forever, and there's no point to anything anymore. And then the second movement, he's walking around, and he starts talking to birds. He starts talking to flowers, and the bird's like, hey, isn't life beautiful? And he's like, you know what, life is beautiful. And he has this embrace of the beauty of nature, and he's just loving life. And then, of course, at the very end of the second movement, he goes, everything's beautiful and there's joy, but will I ever feel joy again? No. And then the third movement is just angst. My gosh, it's like teenage angst. It's like, Nickelback or something, right? It's just filled with this, there's a red hot blade in my stomach, and he's falling apart at the seams. And then the fourth movement, he decides, as you would logically, right? I had a breakup with a girl, so I need to move towns. I need to leave the place where I'm from. So he's going to leave his town, and as he's leaving the town, he's walking down the road, and he sees this tree, and he decides to lay under the tree. And under this tree, he says he's finally able to sleep for the first time in a long time, and he comes to peace. All the pain, it's all going to be okay, man. And that's how it ends. And so, what a drama queen, right? So I hope you enjoy. We're going to take a little trip with Mahler, the heart-sick, and he was only 23 when he wrote this. Part of what's fascinating about this piece, if you're familiar with Mahler, has anyone heard of Mahler before, maybe? If not, go listen to some, Go listen to his first symphony, and you will hear a bunch of the material that you're about to hear in this piece in his first symphony. Okay, so this is Songs of... Oh, and I want to thank Camilla. What we're going to do is, we're going to project the lyrics up here, because this was originally written for a singer and an orchestra. So Sophie's taking care of the orchestra part by herself, which this is a really hard piano part. So yeah. And then I'm playing, this is kind of funny, I play the tuba, which I know is very dorky. Sorry, it's just who I am. This piece was originally written for voice. It was then transcribed for trombone. And then I had to adapt it from trombone to tuba. So originally this would have been sung by a person in German to an audience that spoke German. I can't sing and play at the same time, so that's problem number one. Problem number two is I bet you people don't speak German for the most part, right? So what we're going to do instead is we're going to project the English translation of the lyrics, and they're going to be up there as I play, so you can imagine that, these are the words you would have heard.